Hello, everybody. How you doing today?
Hello there.
We're going to give everybody a moment to settle in, but welcome to today's webinar. We're talking about the NOVOFLEX MagicBall Ballheads. We appreciate you tuning in. Martin's got a great presentation for you today. I'm just going to ask intelligent questions. He's really the expert on this, but he's going to make it really simple to understand what the differences are between these very powerful and durable and dependable heads. So we're going to give everybody a moment here. Please let us know in the chat where you're tuning in from. We'd love to know that. And if you have any questions, drop them in there. We will have Q&A time at the end, and we're going to answer every question possible.
Exactly.
So if you have them, we want to know. So Martin, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, and I'm happy to be here again. Another week, another webinar. Our last webinar was about TrioPod, and this webinar will be about the very cool MagicBall Ballhead.
Yeah.
So pretty excited to tell you everything about it.
Excellent. Well, let's do everybody a favor and let's jump right into it. And then if anybody is straggling, this is being recorded, so you can jump back, or when we hit the replay, then we can you can just go back and scrub back and forth. So let's jump in.
So the MagicBall family, I'm pretty sure some of you are already familiar with the MagicBall. It's it's certainly a different design. Matt, don't you agree that it's a very cool looking piece?
I have literally never seen anything else like this.
So can you tell us how long you are working with a MagicBall? I know that you've got one several weeks back.
I got one several weeks back, but I've been playing with it on and off for almost 2 years.
For almost 2 years now.
Partly out of fascination, because it doesn't look like anything I've ever used before. And partly, like, my father is a civil engineer. The engineer in me looks at this and tries to figure out how you took what needed to be done and distilled it down to the most important things. It's fascinating, and it's an amazing feat of engineering. So,
okay, let's see. And that's us again. We've already introduced ourselves. Yeah. That's you, and that's me again. Yeah. Okay, trivia. Well, do you guys know when the first MagicBall became available? So what do you guys think?
Let us know in the chat.
It's available for quite a while in the market, and there's certain people who are amazed when I tell them that the MagicBall, the original MagicBall, was introduced way back in 1998. So exactly, it's in the market for that long, and that's an image of the original MagicBall that we took in our studio this afternoon, and it's still here sitting on our shelf. So we just had to bring it to the studio to take a picture of it. So it's available since 1998.
My goodness!
I bet some of you didn't know that. Gino tells us 1982. No, it's not that long. So it's 1998. So what's so unique about the MagicBall? I brought in some facts on this slide here. As we already mentioned, it has a very cool and certainly a different design. And it has an unbelievable positioning range of 120 degree, no, not 90, but 120 degree in virtually any plane. And that can be quite useful. Matt, have you made use of the 120 degree yourselves already?
I have. It's I usually work in perpendicularity, either parallel or perpendicular. But it's really nice to know that when you've set up and you have to do it quick, let's say on the side of a hill, and you don't have time to shorten your legs, and you just want to get past that 90 that all the other heads stop at, it's there. It's available.
Exactly. So another interesting feature is there's absolutely no ball movement while locking. That's very interesting for the discerning macro photographer, because we all know, or if you are a macro photographer, you know that when locking down a ball head and your camera is moving again, you might already lose focus on that particular thing that you want to get in focus, or that you brought in focus with your focusing rack before you lock down the ball. So that's a very, very interesting feature. And it's also interesting for the sports and wildlife photographers out there who are working with very long focal length lenses, because I mean, even a slight slippage of, let's say, half of an inch or so can mean, well, I don't know how much in
They're missing the entire shot. Yeah.
You're missing the entire shot.
Right. Yeah.
So, and also it's the first ball head that introduced an upside down design. There's several others by other companies out there in the meantime that came to the market in the meantime, but the MagicBall was certainly the first ball head to introduce an upside down design. Two of the models feature an integrated friction setting that lets you match the camera weight to the adjusting force. Friction settings is something quite common with many professional ball heads out there, not only with our MagicBall series, but also with our classic ball heads. And what's pretty cool, and we will show you that feature a little while later, there is well, basically no need for an additional quick release unit. The MagicBall will accept your camera with an integrated knurled wheel, so it's quite easy to attach or to detach your camera. And speaking of the introduction of the first MagicBall in 1998 again, I'm pretty sure that some of you might be familiar with this info and some of you might not. The MagicBall was awarded the prestigious IF Design Award by the Industry Forum Design here in Hanover, Germany. So it's among several interesting products. Even the Leica R8 received that prestigious award in the exact same year. Matt, I was showing you the original book that I found at our company archive this afternoon.
Among many other pieces of technology that have gone by the wayside, but the MagicBall's still here.
Exactly. There were some smartphones in there, which was pretty cool. And they are not here anymore.
Flip phones, baby. Flip phones.
Okay. Let's jump right into it. So here again, that's how the MagicBall is looking today. That's the original MagicBall. I have one here. That's the big guy. It's very strong. It's durable. It features a swappable 3/8 quarter-inch threaded stud, so you can just unscrew it. You just swap it, turn it around, and screw it back in, and then you have 3/8 inch. Thread if your camera requires that, let's say a medium format camera. It has an unbelievable load capacity of 22 pounds, which is quite a lot. Matt will show you a little while later what equipment he's using on top of the big MagicBall, and it only weighs 2 pounds itself. So it's a very strong and durable ball head made of anodized aluminum all around. So it's it's a cool looking piece. So here we have the MagicBall in use with very heavy equipment. As I mentioned earlier, it was designed with that heavy equipment in mind. Let's say medium format cameras, heavy DSLR cameras such as this Canon EOS 1D or the 1DX series, or even big mirrorless cameras like, let's say, a Leica SL2 with a 24-90 or a 90-280, which is a heavy piece of gear, will fit on top of the big MagicBall. If you're out and about with long telephoto lenses like this 500 or 600 millimeter Canon lens here, the MagicBall will be the perfect ball head for you. Or if you're working with accessories such as focusing rails, bellows, and other macro accessories, the MagicBall will safely and surely support this kind of gear. And having said that, you can even work upside down again with the MagicBall. But if you're if you're turning around your center column, you can even just attach some macro gear on top to it again. And hold. Let's go back. Matt, why don't you show us your gear on top of your MagicBall?
Sure, that's a great idea. Let me switch out here and flying in. Ta-da! So I've got the TrioPod 75 here, MagicBall, and the Pano plate too. So what I did was yesterday I was actually going out and making photography, and I made some video too. We had a question out there about how you do panoramic. It was from Augustus. This is what I was doing yesterday. With this panoramic base, with the 0 setting on it, it's going to pan very smoothly. But when I switch out to the finest setting, I was vertical with my 70-200 yesterday. It's just the right setting for me to do 50% overlap on those. I'll have some content coming out for you guys to take a look on that. But I was generally using it like this, and this is what I was setting up to explain yesterday, is I set it up so that all the controls were on the left-hand side, so that, and I can turn this a little bit so you guys can see, so that I can operate the camera with my right hand, and then I could do everything I needed to do on this side. In fact, I had taken it off the tripod, so let me change this around so that I can do this. So now I'm not going to accidentally loosen up and let the camera off with my right hand, because my right hand's for controlling the camera, my left hand's for the MagicBall, and then I can do everything I need to balance here, including setting the friction knob so that I can just push it a little bit and move it, and I'm not even touching it. And all it took was a little push on the friction knob on my thumb here. And then I could level out. And the top of this, you'll see, has the bubble level here. So I would just set up and get the bubble level flat, put the camera on, and then I would set up for my pano as dead level. So I did like a 14 image stack yesterday, or 14 image stitch across, and we'll show you the results a little bit later.
Exactly. Maybe we should point out that the panning base that you have attached on top of it is an optional piece. It does not come with the MagicBall.
Correct.
And there's several different panning bases available in our assortment, depending on what type of panoramic photography you are interested in. There's some available for wide-angle lenses. There's some available for telephoto lenses. And so they differ in the type of click stops they offer, depending on what type of lenses you're working with. Okay, so that was the big guy, the original MagicBall, and as I mentioned during the introduction, the MagicBall is available in 3 different models. And if you're not working with that kind of heavy equipment that we were referring to in the previous slide, if you're working with, let's say, a DSLR camera such as this Nikon 7100, or let's say a Canon 6D or something in this size, the next MagicBall, the MagicBall 50, could be the right MagicBall for you. As the big MagicBall, it's strong and durable. It's made out of the same anodized aluminum. It has the same swappable 3/8 inch to 1/4 inch 20 stud, and yet it only supports, well, I have to say only, but it still supports loads up to 15.4 pounds, and it has a weight of 1.35 pounds only. Here we have some application examples, so it's perfect for DSLRs and smaller mirrorless cameras, such as this Sony A7 with a 90mm macro lens, or lenses that are approximately the same size. And it will even support a focusing rail underneath, some L brackets, monitors, mics, battery grips. So it's that kind of equipment that we had in mind when we were designing the medium-sized MagicBall. It also features the integrated friction setting, and of course, also has the iconic locking lever here. So all you have to do is just to turn it like this, and then it's perfectly locked. So let's just summarize it. What do these two MagicBall models have in common? 1/4 inch and 3/8 inch swappable stud on top. And on the bottom, they both feature a threaded adapter to allow its use on virtually any tripod, whether it has a 1/4 inch or 3/8 inch stud. If it has a 3/8 inch stud, you just unscrew the threaded adapter. And as mentioned earlier, they both feature an integrated friction setting. For both of these models, the big MagicBall and the MagicBall 50, there's a bigger handle available. So if this handle is too small for the size of your hand, you can just unscrew it and replace it with the bigger handle. It has a rubber cover. Or, for example, if you're working throughout the winter season, and if you're wearing gloves, you want to have that bigger locking handle rather than the small one the MagicBall comes with. So it's optionally available, and it is also listed on NOVOFLEXUS.com. The part number on that render is MB-GRIFF, so it's MB minus GRIFF. And the MB-GRIFF can be used with the big guy, the MB, and the MB-50. So there's one question that many people ask us every once in a while. How do I get from landscape to portrait orientation with my MagicBall? Because if I just do this, there's no way I can reach the portrait orientation. So all you have to do is we show you here on the slide. You could either add an extra panorama panning base, as Matt did on his big MagicBall, and just rotate your camera by 90 degrees. And then you can turn from a landscape to portrait orientation, or you just use the knurled thumb wheel here, open it a little, you rotate your camera, and then you just fasten it again, and then you can swap to the portrait orientation. Or you could also attach a quick release unit, such as our Q mount or our Mini Connect system or our Q base, and add an L bracket to your camera, which also lets you quickly switch between landscape and portrait orientation. And most photographers out there are using an L bracket anyways. Yep. So that would be by far the best possible way to switch between landscape and portrait orientation. Okay, shall we go on?
Yes.
Okay, so the third model and the smallest model is the MagicBall Mini. That's this little guy here.
Oh, it's so cute.
It's the tiniest MagicBall. Like the bigger ones, it's made of the same anodized aluminum material, also very strong and durable. It does not feature a swappable stud. It only comes with a 1/4 inch stud, which is okay for most tiny cameras, such as point and shoot cameras, such as the smaller mirrorless cameras out there, because they all have 1/4 inch tripod threads underneath. Yet it can still hold loads up to 11 pounds. So this is more than enough for any point and shoot camera, any tiny mirrorless camera, let's say a Leica M camera, or let's say you have a Canon EOS M. It's a very tiny camera. It's just the perfect ball head. If you're looking for a high-end professional ball head, it's the perfect add-on for this type of camera. or even a micro four thirds camera, such as this Olympus OMD, to which we attached a very old Lights Hector lens by means of a lens adapter.
Wow.
And the perfect quick release unit that would go with the MagicBall Mini is the Q-mount Mini. There's a smaller version of the Arca compatible Q-mount quick release unit out there. Well, so these are the three models of MagicBall we have, and here's an interesting example. That's wow. A very old MagicBall, a first season productions series batch MagicBall, and it came in a couple of weeks back because the threaded stud was broken. So we just replaced the threaded stud, yet it was working perfectly fine, as it would on the first day when its customer bought it or purchased it. So the only problem was that broken threaded studs. So
amazing.
That's all that happened. And so this is like 25 years old.
We have somebody in the comments who noted that he still has one from the first series.
Why don't he just post a picture or send us a picture by email or send it on Facebook? We'd love to see it.
I believe it's Bushman. So please, we'd love to see that. Yeah, send us an email.
So the MagicBall is truly a product that is designed to last a photographer's lifetime or even longer. So you can pass it along to the next generation of photographers if you wish to.
Amazing. Not a lot of things made these days like that.
Exactly. And I have to point out, they're all made here in Germany, here at our Memmingen plant from the first day on.
Wow.
Okay, this slide here has all the specs of the three different models. Maybe you just do a screen print if you'd like to have this on your hard drive, or you just wait for the replay video a little while later, which has all the information that we have given you in condensed form, probably tomorrow or a day after.
Right. Demo time.
Okay, there's demo time. We've told you many different things that we couldn't show you in more detail on the first slide. So now it's demo time. Let's go through the three different models again, pretty quick. So that's the MagicBall Mini, perfect for for small point and shoot cameras, small mirrorless cameras. We have also spoken about switching between landscape and portrait orientation. So if you're not working with a quick release unit, you just use this knurled thumb wheel here. You just loosen it. You rotate your camera by 90 degrees. You just fasten it again. And then you can switch between landscape and portrait pretty quickly. The locking lever will be controlled from behind then. Okay, the next size here is the MagicBall 50. And the MagicBall 50, in contrast to the MagicBall Mini, features this little wheel here with the silver pin. That's the friction setting. So if you just pull this up, you don't have to lock the ball head. The friction applies to the complete rotation. You just don't have to lock it anymore. You can just leave your camera as it is. You don't have to lock it down with the lever. Of course, it always depends on how much you pull this friction wheel here.
Infinitely variable.
Yes, of course. And of course, we have the big guy that Matt was showing you. It's the original one. That's the original MagicBall yet again. And it is perfectly capable of supporting even these very long lenses as we have been showing you in one of the previous slides. So Matt, why don't we show people the little video clip that you created?
Sure. This video is a great backdrop, in my opinion, to answering some of the questions that have come in. So we showed some of these stats here, so you guys can do that. So I'm going to pop over to the chat and take a look here. Mark asked us this: what are the advantages of the MagicBall over a traditional ball head?
Well, I would say, and I think you would agree, Matt, it's the unbelievable positioning range of 120 degree in virtually any plane. That's by far the, I would say, the outstanding feature that the MagicBall has compared to any other ball head out there. Most ball heads allow you to if you flip from landscape to portrait, right, you have like a 90-degree cutout, and that's it. And if you're working on a hillside, you mentioned it earlier, this could be a problem. You would have to shorten or lengthen your tripod legs.
Or macro. I mean, when you want to go tilt down and forward to do something macro, having those extra degrees really comes in handy. One of the other things that I would like to point out is that when I go out and make photography, I'm often doing it in the wilderness. And you know what's out there is dirt and stuff. And I know
exactly. We're not using any kind of lubricant. There's no grease on there. There's just nothing. It's virtually, it's like self-cleaning. There's a special kind of like plastic insert in between the housing and the ball head, and that's what literally makes the ball head self-cleaning. And
I know that if I need to hose it down, I can. If grit gets in there, let's say if grit gets in there, because it's gonna, I know that I can clean this, and I don't need to listen to that grinding noise. Whereas I am not going to disassemble a ball head where everything is kept on the inside. That just makes me deeply uncomfortable. So when I look at this, I have the confidence to know that it's going to work good, and I can clean it. Makes me feel good.
Good point. Thanks a lot.
Yep.
So what other questions do we have?
Let's see if we have any more questions. You were very thorough, The Augustus, he said, how would you use this with the panorama head? Do you have anything to add to what I presented? Because we touched on it slightly.
Well, if you want to do panoramic shots with the MagicBall, you would certainly want to add a panoramic base on top of the ball head. So the ball head acts as, well, your leveling unit to level out your panning base before you start doing panoramic shots. And then, of course, you would add your camera with an L bracket to have it mounted like vertically. Or you could even add an L bracket and a second panning base if you would like to shoot multi-row panoramic images. So those are the components that I would add. And depending on whether I would like to shoot a single row or multi-row images, these have to vary, of course.
Right. Yeah, you're going to get into more specialized equipment as you add a row, for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yes, you're going to want to find the nodal point. There's a bunch of things that gets a little bit more complicated. So perhaps we'll craft a presentation on that, on how to make panoramas in many of the permutations for a future webinar. And thank you for asking.
Exactly.
But in the meantime, if you have any questions, let us know in the chat how to contact you, or that you want to be contacted, and we can work it out one-on-one.
So Alicia has another question, and of course we can show how it attaches to a tripod.
Sure.
Let me just detach the mini MagicBall from our little table tripod here. So Alicia, all of the MagicBalls have this little threaded bushing in here. So it's a thread adapter. It gives you 1/4 inch thread or 3/8 inch access if you just unscrew this adapter here, and then you can just screw it top of any of your threaded studs on your tripod, and that's how you attach it to your tripod. It's that easy.
Yep. And one of the other things that I really was delighted to learn about this is that 2 out of the 3 have the ability to change from a 1/4 20 to a 3/8 thread. Let me just switch here so we can. So on the top here, all you need to do is unscrew the post, and it switches from a 3/8 to a 1/4 20.
Take a coin, take your multi-tool or any common screwdriver, just unscrew it, swap it, and it gives you access to 3/8 16.
This is a good time to show people one of the tools that come with some of the tripods, and you can get separately, is this NOVOFLEX multi-tool. This has the sizes for everything that NOVOFLEX uses on the tripod, so you can just unscrew it like that. This one has the knurled knob, so you have to work with that at the same time. And then this is, of course I drop it. It's something gray on a gray floor. There we go. Yeah. So you have this small knurled piece that's 1/4 20 and 3/8, so that you can switch between it, and you don't need to worry about having bushings with you, because those are easy to lose. So I love that feature.
So there's another question by Harut. Well, that is true. We manufacture a similar ball head where the ball part attaches to the camera, but we will feature this particular product in another webinar. So, yes, it's true, but another webinar, another topic.
Gene affirmed what we were talking about with the cleanability of the ball. He said, this design is exactly as stated with the cleaning of the ball itself. I live on the coast and sand gets into everything. I spend hours cleaning various things that get sand in them. The ability to clean the ball is outstanding. Yep. Oh my gosh, salt water, the bane of everything. And sand. Those two combined, they're murder on photo gear.
So,
Brenda, thanks for linking the multi-tool in the chat there. Well, anything that we mentioned here on the replay, we'll put those links in the description so people can find them too.
And if you need more information on the tripod system, make sure to watch the replay of our webinar that we did on the TrioPod tripod system like 2 weeks back. Right. I guess, it was 2 weeks back. It's up. It's online on our YouTube channel. It's NOVOFLEXUS.com. So,
and we are here to help. Use the contact on our webpage. We'd love to help you walk through configuring a system. And like I said, if you need help figuring it out, reach out to us. We'll help you make a configuration of your dreams.
Exactly. Whether it be on YouTube, on our Facebook page, or via email or telephone. Just let us know what you're looking for.
Awesome.
Okay.
Well, I don't see any more questions coming in, Martin.
Right. When will the replay be up and where will it be posted?
We're going to post the replay on both the NOVOFLEX US YouTube and the NOVOFLEX Global YouTube. It'll probably be up no later than tomorrow.
Okay. Well, Matt, thanks for your time.
No, thank you, Martin.
Thanks for showing us how you make use of the unique MagicBall.
Well,
it was great talking to all of you about the MagicBall and about the interesting products that we do. Thanks for your time.
I'm having a blast. So thank you all for coming. We appreciate you, and we'll see you on social. We'll see you in email. We'll give you a call if you want. Just let us know.
Okay. Bye.
Thanks. Take care.